Hey folks, welcome to the Cigar Fellowship. I'm Johnny Nova and I'm creating a fun community where we're going to review, recommend, and discuss everything there is to do with premium cigars. So because of the nature of cigars, we're going to go off into a lot of tangents. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. I mean, that's what the cigar space is all about, right? Exchanging ideas, sharing opinions, good conversation. That's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. But we're going to go in deeper into it. I want to appeal to seasoned smokers right down to the new guy that just started and get into cigars, and everyone in between, because we could all learn something, right? I certainly don't know all there is to know. I want to learn from you guys. I want feedback, and I want to kind of explore this space together. That's why I'm calling it the Cigar Fellowship. We're going to learn and grow together. There's a lot of great cigar content creators out there, reviewers. Kind of inspired me to do this. I have the time, it's not costing me much. Why not? I'm into it, I can share some stuff, and I enjoy watching these guys. Like, I set my clock by it. Thursday nights I do my Cigars Unbanded, right? They send you a cigar, you don't know what it is, and you smoke it with a panel of guys that really know their shit. They can speak with great authority on these cigars, and you compare and contrast ideas. And that's how you learn, right? That's how I learn anyway. My man Rise and Grind, sometimes on Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays, it's different days. Love watching that guy, relaxing with a cigar, a cup of coffee, maybe just a seltzer, and just chilling out and watching his vibe. It's pretty cool. I like it, and that's why I'm trying my hand at it. See where it goes. I'm having fun. I'm certainly no aficionado. So I'm not going to try to compete with these guys. They're doing limited editions, new releases, hard to get stuff, expensive cigars. Listen, I have that stuff. I have, a shitload of Opuses. I got a couple of boxes of Cubans that I got lucky with. I'm going to start off doing the stuff you can find in any tobacco shop or any cigars humidor. The stuff you walk by all the time because you're like, I don't care for that brand, or you don't want to waste the money on it. You're at the lounge, you don't want to waste your time and your money, you want to enjoy what you want to enjoy, so you're going to get what you're going to get, right? You're not going to change. Maybe I can help with that, because I'm going to go over some of those cigars you walk by all the time, and you might hear me say something that triggers you, hey, maybe I'll give that a try, or you might hear me say something like, yeah, I kind of figured that, I don't want. That's not what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going to start off doing. So we're going to do the high-end stuff, the expensive stuff, the fun stuff, and I'm going to do the regular run-of-the-mill stuff, the regular line stuff also that you walk by. So let's figure this out together, right? Let's explore together and really create a cigar fellowship. So I have a website. It's www.thecigarfellowship.com or thecigarfellowship.org blog. Go there, sign up, put your email in there. No third parties are getting it. It's just me. Like, nobody else is getting hold of your email. If I know you and I know there's a certain sale going on or an event happening, I'll shoot you an email. It's all coming from me. So without further ado, let's get into our first cigar review, my first cigar review ever. And it is actually the Macanudo Emissary France. They have the Emissary France, the Emissary Spain. I did the Emissary France. Okay, so let's break down this cigar. So first of all, this last year in 2025, this was Cigar Aficionado's, it was number 12 on their list, right? So say what you will about Cigar Aficionado, like some people are like, oh, they've got the movie stars on the cover and it's all about who pays the most for advertising. Whatever. It's Cigar Aficionado, man. If I'm a cigar maker, blender, I own a farm where that tobacco was grown and it gets in Cigar Aficionado's top 25, I'm happy. So it is what it is, Anyway, this is number 12 on their top 25 list. For whatever reason, it's definitely an interesting cigar, okay? So let me show you this cigar. Beautiful band. It's blue and gold. Take a good look at that. Can you see it says France? It's a little, I have no idea about lighting, so. It says France on the footband, and the footband's kind of like cut out, contoured. And you've got a nice gold and blue band that says Emissary on the top. Kind of cool. Good looking cigar. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. The binder is USA Broadleaf. Here's where it's interesting. There's 4 different fillers in here. So you've got Dominican Piloto, USA Broadleaf. You've got Brazilian Arapiraca. And then you've got this French tobacco. It's from the Mugron River Valley. So this is an area between Bordeaux and the border of Spain. And supposedly this is a really coveted tobacco. It doesn't grow in a large region, and it has some really interesting characteristics because it's by the sea, so you've got the salt air. I guess maybe there's a lot of different berries that grow in the area, so you get that berry profile, which by the way I tasted. Like, even if you don't know anything, you'll pick that up. It comes in, it's a regular production cigar. It's Robusto, Toro, Churchill, and Perfecto. I smoked the Toro. I smoked the Robusto. I'm holding the Toro in my hand, okay? Just to show you guys. Medium strength cigar, regular production, as I said, and the factory is in Honduras, Danley, Honduras. This is STGs, the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. They put this out. So initially, as you can see, the color, it's a medium dark brown, right? The band design is beautiful. The foot cap, tight, pretty tight, if you can see that, right? And there's 4 different fillers in there, so it's packed pretty tight. It's got, on the smell, I'm smelling a little earth, barnyard, as I did with the other 2 I smoked. Maybe a little vanilla wafer. Sorry to be a slob, but it's my cigar, so. Firm and dense. I use a V-cut most of the time. I'm not gonna smoke here in my office, in my house. I am building a lounge in my garage. I will be smoking out there. The nice weather's coming. I'll be smoking outside. I'll be smoking at my home lounge in Hicksville, Mom's Cigar Lounge. Love that place, love the guys there. Gave it a V-cut. On the cold draw, I was getting some resistance, but I did pick up some berries and some chocolate notes. There's no denying it. If you look for it, just because I planted the seed, you're gonna taste that, okay? There was one issue though. When I lit it up, there was a stem just below the cap, and it is a triple cap, by the way, I forgot to mention that. Beautifully rolled cigar, and it was a little bump sticking out. I pulled it out, it was a stem, and I had to fix it. This is a little tip, and I don't partake in herbal essence, if you will, but I always keep raw rolling paper in my cigar bag. And I cut it in half, and I wet it, and I wrap it around any holes, or if I have to pull out a stem, and it's a great Band-Aid. It works better than cigar glue. You know what I mean? The only issue I would say is when you get to that part, you have to light it a few more times. Sometimes the cigar tends to go out when you get to that part, but listen, you can salvage a cigar. If you're like me, I'm always crushing the foots or the end caps with the edge of the fucking humidor. I do it all the time. It makes me nuts with expensive cigars sometimes. And that kind of fixes them. You just cut it in half, just, rolling paper, and you kind of wrap it around kind of tight. That works pretty good. Anyway, once I got that all taken care of, I lit it up. Sure enough, as on the cold draw, I did get some chocolate and some berries. The dominant flavor was more like a berry flavor, I would say. Simple cigar. That's basically it. It was a little chocolate, a little berry. I liked it. The mouthfeel, initially, it was like a creamy, milky smoke texture, I would say. It was nice. It was a medium intensity, right? Not medium body, medium intensity right away. Like, things were there, and you could tell that this was gonna go someplace, this cigar. The retro hair had medium pepper on it. Sides of the tongue picking up a little bit of chocolate. So on the short finish, it was a little bit of pepper and a little bit of berries on my tongue. Long finish, after you exhale and you wait and you kind of taste your palate, it was more like a chocolate latte. And I think that was because I feel like the smoke texture was a little creamy. So kind of like just laid in your mouth. That was kind of nice. Wasn't getting a nicotine hit. I always like to mention that. That's important to me. I wasn't getting a strong nicotine hit. And the ash was good. You know, the draw was good once I got that thing out of the way in the beginning with the stem there. Going into the second, third, as far as flavor development, I was getting a little bit more spice. More of the chocolate and berries was intensifying now. It was still staying in a medium. A new flavor popped out on the sides of my tongue. I was getting like some citrus peel. It was almost, I guess, you know, you could say orange, I guess, if I'm gonna pick one out, like I pick orange, lime, lemon. I would say orange, but just the peel. It didn't taste orangey, it tasted like the bitterness from the peel and that aftertaste that you get up coming through your nose. Short finish, light spice pepper, and then a long finish in the second half changed. The smoke texture seemed to change a little bit. I guess that's gonna happen when you have so many mixtures of tobaccos. It went from creamy to a little heavier, like, I know cream's heavy, but it was almost syrupy, right? Like it was staying on my tongue a little longer. I was still enjoying it. The burn was good, solid ash. It was well constructed after that problem with the stem, and I wasn't getting blasted with nicotine, which was kind of nice. It was an interesting cigar. I would say in a second, third, what I said, wrote here. So I was transitioning, I was transitioning into some woodiness. I was getting a little bit more of the cedar, and I was picking up a little bit, something salty. I don't know. It was almost like, it was the berries of chocolate, and then like you jammed like a saltine cracker in your mouth. You know, not that strong though. It was just like getting a little like a crackery flavor to it. I would say new flavors, that berries was turning more into more specific, in my brain anyway, like prunes, a stronger citrus bitter taste on the sides of my tongue was starting to develop. The retrohale, it backed up on the pepper a little bit and ramped up on the spice a little bit. Listen, I'm talking about these flavor profiles, right? I'm talking about berries and saltine crackers and fucking prunes. Listen, nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. It's your experience, right? It's your vocabulary. It's your experience. It's what your taste buds tell your brain. You know, I'm saying prunes. You might be like, oh, it's raspberry. You know, one other guy says I taste blueberry. Another guy tastes more like a strawberry. At the end of the day, it's like a berry-ish fucking flavor, right? I may taste chocolate. You know, this one guy may say it's a milk chocolate. It's a dark chocolate. You know, some things are like cut and dry. Like if you definitely taste like an espresso on the side of your tongue, then, you know, that's pretty firm. Like maybe we could both agree on that, but it's all really, no one's right or wrong. So when someone asks you, and I've been asked this question, can you really taste the flavor nuances? Yeah, I can, like, but you gotta look for it, and the power of suggestion is strong, right? So if I start telling you about the cigar from start to finish, and all I'm telling you is berries and chocolate, berries and chocolate, berries and chocolate, you're probably gonna fucking taste berries and chocolate. Or, you know, I planted the seed. So and that's another reason to be careful. It's good and it's bad, right? Because you're picking stuff up that other people are mentioning, but at the same time, when you really start analyzing it, when you're not listening to them, like, yeah, that was kind of chocolatey, but it was more like fudgy chocolatey. Like you start picking up the nuances of it. Anyway, sorry for the tangent. You know, I just wanted to get into that. Smoke texture stayed syrupy. The burn was online. It was nice and straight, strong ash. The construction stayed good. And again, the nicotine didn't hit me in the face. It wasn't a blast of nicotine. So overall, I would say try this cigar just for the, you know, the interest of it, right? You got all these different tobaccos mixed in here. It was definitely interesting. Would I buy a box? No. I bought a couple of these. I smoked two before I reviewed it, and I bought this in the Toro. You know, I'm probably gonna smoke this later. I would recommend trying it. Like instead of just walking by it and grabbing, oh, I'm gonna grab my Cameroon. I only like Cameroons. Like don't get pigeonholed. A lot of these companies like Macanudo, they've been around a little while. They know what they're doing. They have good rollers. They know how to cultivate the soil. They know how to grow the seed. They know how to ferment the tobacco. There's always gonna be one or two cigar in every cigar maker's line that you're gonna like. You know, it's just going to happen. So you should try them all. There's a large world of cigars out there. Don't get pigeonholed into just liking one or two brands. Always go into the lounge. I'm just going to get my, my Connecticut. I'm just going to get my Cameroon wrapper. This is what I like. I'm going to, mix it up a little bit. Live. Anyway, that's it for the first one. I know I'm rough around the edges. There's shadows behind me. I don't know how to do lighting. I don't know what the volume's going to be like. I'm kind of winging it. I'm a regular guy. That's how I'm coming to you with that, with honesty. So until the next time, and next week I'll do another one, please stay healthy, do the right thing, and I wish you guys peace.